He was her colleague. Everyone in town loved Miss Vanessa Moore. She was the kind of person who always had a smile on her face, a true asset to the community. So when her lifeless body turned up in her own home, the entire town of Alderley went into mourning. At first, the investigators believed it was just a terrible burglary gone wrong. The window was shattered and a lot of her valuables were missing. But as the detectives dug deeper, they uncovered something truly chilling. Nothing valuable was actually gone. It was all just staged to look like a robbery. It turned out Vanessa had been secretly planning to expose one of her colleagues, Mr. Clayton, for his inappropriate behavior with students. Apparently, he'd been having an inappropriate relationship with a minor. And when the school principal, Mrs. Williams, found out about it, she transferred him to another school. But that didn't stop him. He continued his predatory behavior and even tried to blackmail the school counselor, Miss Moore. That's when Miss Moore decided to take matters into her own hands. She started digging through the school's computer system, trying to find evidence of Clayton's inappropriate behavior. And when she found it, she planned to expose him to the entire school board. But Mr. Clayton was a step ahead of her. He knew what she was up to and he was afraid she would destroy his career. So he did the unthinkable. On the night of October, he broke into Miss Moore's house, ransacked it to make it look like a robbery, stole some expensive jewelry, and then killed her. The police found out that he had used a crowbar to smash the window and had taken a few items from the house. But what they didn't know was that he had also deleted all evidence of his actions from his phone and computer. It wasn't until weeks later that a detective working on the case found a crucial piece of evidence, a tiny scrap of fabric that matched the lining of Clayton's briefcase. When they searched his house, they found the murder weapon and several other pieces of evidence that linked him to the crime. He was arrested and charged with murder. At his trial, Clayton's defense attorney tried to paint him as a victim of circumstance, a man who had simply snapped after finding himself in a compromising position. But the evidence against him was overwhelming and he was convicted of murder. As the town of Alderley slowly began to heal from the shock of Miss Moore's death, they couldn't help but wonder why a seemingly nice guy like Mr. Clayton would do such a terrible thing. Some said he was a monster in disguise, while others said he was just a desperate man who was willing to do anything to protect his career.